Welcome back to Sport Lab. Today, we're covering a historic moment in the Premier League, as Liverpool clinched their second ever Premier League title in style with a dominant 5-1 win over Tottenham Hotspur at a jubilant Anfield. Let's break down how it all unfolded.
Talk of the person there, he just arrives. That's how good he is, he just arrives at the right spot all the time.
Finally, Mo, you got to wear the T-shirt. Champions. Tell us what it means to you.
Incredible. To win that Premier League here with the fans is something special. You saw that today and you saw it every game. So,
the fans are drowning you out a little bit. Let's get that microphone as close as we can.
It's incredible feeling to win the Premier League here with Liverpool, with the fans. It's incredible.
How does it compare to 5 years ago?
This is way better. 100%. Without Sadio, without Jürgen, without Bobby, without everybody, it feels more special, especially with the fans. But I don't want to take credit from anyone. But you know, you have a different group now, different manager, so you show that you're able to do it again. That's something special.
What do you think this manager got right when he walked through the door here at Liverpool in the summer?
I think he was very honest. He's quite tough, Dutch, quite tough. But this is his personality. But he makes our life easier because he asks you immediately what he wants you to do. So which is what we did. So I'm glad that we won it here.
Did he make you a better player?
Well, you can see the numbers. It seems so. And now I don't have to defend much, so yeah.
Yeah, I was going to say, what is it that's made him, and look at the light on your face, by the way, is amazing. But what would you say it is that is different in the style that he allows you to play versus Jürgen?
It's quite tough, to be fair, to say one thing, but the tactics is quite different. But I told him, look, as long as you rest me defensively, I will provide offensively. So try to rest me as much as I could, then I will show you the numbers. So I'm glad that I did.
Whose idea was that, Mo? Was that the manager or was that you?
No, the manager idea, because he's a manager, but I think he listened a lot, so I spoke to him and he bought the idea. Then, yeah, you can see the numbers.
So what you mean by that is there are times when you say...
Don't go for Jürgen.
You just say to them, let me just wait, let me keep my energy, so when the ball comes to me, I'm even sharper to make things happen.
To be fair, it's quite tricky, because when you play in the Premier League, you have to defend also your left back. But I spoke to him, I told him, I can gamble somehow a little bit here or there, but when we get the ball, I'm always free, I can make the difference. And I think the number of assists also shows that. It's not just about goals, and it's also about creating chances and just make the difference for the team, yeah.
Cody Gakpo just coming in behind you, Jamie, as well.
Hey, Cody, congratulations.
Well done, Cody, congratulations. He's just put Mo out for the last few games.
Go to foot.
What's this like, Cody?
Amazing. I think we worked really hard this year. Special moments, also lesser moments with the Champions League, but to get this, it's amazing.
You both managed to get on the score sheet today. How determined were you to get a goal, Mo?
Oh, it's incredible. I was in halftime, I was a little bit frustrated because I had a chance in the first half. I wanted to win it in Anfield. The guys we were meeting, we met last week when Crystal Palace play Arsenal. I didn't want to finish there. I just want to win it in Anfield. Something special, experience maybe nobody has it before. It's to be able to score in that game and to have a good result. Incredible.
Are you
Cody, is it fair to say that Arne's taken your game to another level, because it looks like you're in such great form right now?
Yeah, I think people spoke about it often. I think it's a slight change of position and also the way we play. And yeah, it helped me a lot. And I hope that I can play many more better games than this one. So,
Daniel, got a question for Mo.
Look, I wanted to know now. I know you, bro, so don't even try it. Do you have your eye on a personal record outside of the elation of winning this Premier League?
Of course. The personal record.
Yes.
Like you mean in the club or in...
No, I mean, of course, the record goal scorer is you've signed a new contract, so you got the record goal scorer for the club, but then also the Premier League goal involvements in a season.
Goal involved, yes, for sure. Definitely, hopefully I'm going to break it soon, the goal involved, because I know I broke the record for 38 games. So now one goal to go, I think, or one assist to go. So
you know exactly how much it is.
I count it. It's something pushed me forward to just keep going and keep working hard, yeah, for sure.
Mo, we'll let you go. Thank you so much. Congratulations. Thank you. Cody, stay with us for a minute. We'll say goodbye to Mo. Just wanted to ask you about the Dutch influence on this team and the impact that for you personally of having a Dutch manager here at Liverpool.
The Dutch impact, I think you guys saw it already for years. Virgil's here already a long time. But this year I think Ryan is also played like how we knew him in Holland. He played it here. It's amazing to see him play like this. And obviously the coach tactically brought the whole team to another level. And I think that suits really the players who we have now. And hopefully we can gear up a little more in the next few years. But it's a good start.
But is this the sort of thing growing up in Holland that you dreamed of? Winning a Premier League title?
Yeah, of course. I think in Holland the Premier League is one of the biggest, if not the biggest league that we know. And to even have a chance to come close to win it and now actually win it, it's amazing.
What's different this year with you? This year you seem like your mentality's changed slightly in terms of how you're approaching games, playing with a lot of confidence. What's the difference this year?
It sounds cliche again, but I think I play in my natural position now, so that there's already one level of confidence up, and then obviously the way we play gets me in positions that I'm confident to take on my man or to go inside or outside, which last year it was very good, difficult for me to get a real form because I played in so many different positions and then not really got the chance to adapt to one position, so that was a difficult time for me, but I think at the end I learned also a lot from that year to become even a better player now.
Cody, you've been a superstar. We'll let you go. Have you had your moments in front of the Kop yet?
I don't know, but it's all about us, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah. Congratulations. Thank you. What an extraordinary triumph. What an extraordinary triumph, Arne. Can you put into words what this means to you and your football club right now?
Well, I think that's difficult to put it into words. I think you see what's happening over here even before the game already, and that tells you more than what I can describe.
Why is it so special then to have control of it like you did today, to be able to do it in front of your own fans?
Yeah, I think that's what makes it special. 3 or 4 years ago they won the league as well. Amazing accomplishment, but the fans weren't there, so you could feel how important it was for them to be here. You could feel it before the game, you could feel it during the game, and the boys did an outstanding job today, including our fans.
How nervous were you though when Spurs actually took the lead?
No, it wasn't ideal, but it didn't take me a long time to trust these players. They always come back, they always find a way to win. It's not the first time that we went 1 goal behind, and I don't think we could have lost today if you were in the stadium.
I'm just going to get you to hold that slightly higher up, just for a bit higher up.
Oh, like this. Yeah.
Thank you so much, Arne. We're just trying to grab the satellites that are over there.
Okay.
It couldn't have gone much better for you in your first season. Have you had a chance to reflect on that at all?
No, not a lot. Our main focus was to win this game. Everybody is saying you've already won it. But if you are part of it, you still feel the pressure of getting the point over the line. They sing quite hard now. And that makes it special, yeah.
When did you start to believe that, this would become reality?
Quite for a long time, to be honest, because I think almost for the whole season we were on top of the league. And we had a team that was able to win it, but you also know how tough the Premier League is. So you cannot take anything for granted, but the belief for us to win it was almost throughout the whole season. Yeah.
Arne, you've taken a very difficult job following a Liverpool legend, obviously in Jürgen Klopp.
Yeah.
How have you made it look so easy?
That's, of course, not only my job, that's the job of the players who are sitting there and the staff members who are standing over there. And the work Jürgen and Pepijn left behind over here. The culture of the team, the work rate of the team, the quality of the team was outstanding. We all knew that. We started off really well, and it maybe helped a bit that City had a difficult spell which they haven't had in 5 years. So maybe that helped us a bit as well.
The first day of pre-season, did you think to yourself that this would be possible? Because I remember watching your first home game against Brentford, and I thought maybe top 4 would be a really good season. But to be stood here now in front of your own fans, as a Premier League manager that's won a title, you must feel incredible right now.
Yeah, I definitely do. I think when the season started, everybody would have been happy if we were in the top 4, if we managed to get Champions League next season again. But I don't think that was fair to our players, because they are much better than that, and that's what they've showed this season.
Does it mean something, Arne, as well, to be the first Dutchman to win the Premier League title? Plenty have tried before.
Yeah, of course, that's special. It's always special to win something. It's even more special if you are the first one. And even more special at a club where it's not common that they win the league every single year.
We'll let you go on and let you carry on the celebrations. Thank you so much and congratulations. Have a great night.
Live with you, and these moments that will live with you your entire life.
Of course, it's special and something that we don't take for granted. It's amazing what today was. Obviously, a lot of emotions before the game, during the whole week. But we got the job done, and we truly deserve champions of England.
You said a few weeks ago it was always Liverpool. Is this why?
Yeah. The most beautiful club in the world, and I think we deserve all of this. But let's enjoy the next couple of weeks, and let it sink in.
You didn't get to celebrate together last time. Were you desperate to give them this moment?
Yeah, I was desperate for them, of course, for all the fans around the world, for the fans here, but for us as well. And we got 2 Premier League trophies in 5 years, so that's still a good achievement.
Don't enjoy it. Well done.
But this is undoubtedly Liverpool's day today. As you can see now, the stadium has dispersed. The players have gone inside for some private moments. We hope 1 or 2 will come back out to speak to us before we finish here tonight on Super Sunday. It's been great so far, Daniel, but I just want to take you back to the summer, really. And Arne Slot coming in here, he inherited a very talented group who'd gone close last season, but with 3 major players entering the last year of their contract and with no major signings either. Do you think that was possible to do what they've done?
I don't think anyone would say, if they're being transparent, that they thought this would be possible. I think the way in which he's not just managed, the responsibility of keeping things calm around the club with contract negotiations and different things that, sometimes people get a little bit, anxious about, and he dealt with that perfect. He brought a level of calm to the football club. There was a lot of volatility before he came here, and once you saw that the first couple of months, it was like, this man's really calm. He's got an aura about him in terms of the way he speaks to the press. He seems very honest, not just with the players. You heard Mo say that he's a very honest man, and you can see the way he speaks to the press. It's also the same. Incredible in terms of the tactics, what he's done. I just think, all in all, they made the right choice. For a coach, there was obviously other options they could have gone for, and maybe when he came in, people probably didn't really know who he was, and maybe thought, okay, is this guy really the man? And again, the people, the backroom staff, the team who are making the decisions have again made the right choice.
What he did, Jamie, he drove performances from those star players, even the ones whose contracts were running it down, and somehow it didn't seem to be an issue at all. Never seemed to be a distraction, despite the fact we were talking about it.
No, I actually think it played into Liverpool's hands, because you had 3 players that were trying to prove how much they were going to deserve a new contract, because they were playing with a little bit of extra pressure and incentive to do even more. And it seems very difficult when their levels have been so high for so long. And when you said there's no major signings, the major signing was the manager. Let's be honest, when you look at it, and I know this is a club that's driven by data with Michael Edwards and obviously Richard Hughes, and I spoke to Richard about this, and I said, why Arne Slot? He said, because everything pointed towards a man that can handle that big club mentality, where a crowd, there's a passion about it. You have to not just manage the team, you have to manage the expectations, you have to be calm about managing this club. And I think the way that he's done that has been absolutely phenomenal. He's a super cool guy. I think if you were to, like you said, when Mourinho come in, he was the special one. This guy's the cool one. He doesn't get flustered. He's come in. He's never made it look too difficult. The team have played exceptionally well, but he's never got too high, never got too low. And I think that's the art of management. And the data and everything that they've done and driven towards him has been absolutely perfect. So you have to congratulate them. Although they didn't bring any players in, they brought in a fantastic manager. Because I'm sure when Jürgen Klopp left here, he thought he's taken this team as far as he could. There's no way he'd have envisaged that this side could win the title, because if he did, he would have stayed here. But he thought to himself, I've done enough. And the next manager's probably going to come and find it difficult. You've only got to go through history. Look at what happened after Arsene Wenger left. Look at what happened after Sir Alex Ferguson went. Everyone has struggled. And I have to be honest, in my heart to hearts, I thought it'd be the same here. I thought this guy might be under real pressure very quickly, but he wasn't.
Didn't Jürgen Klopp just run out of batteries? He was a manager that was driven by energy and emotion, and he sort of indicated that he couldn't do it anymore.
Look, I don't know the ins and outs of it, but that's just my feelings, that because he'd done it so well, but if he felt there was one more title in this team, my personal opinion is he probably would have done another year. But it's obviously a difficult situation to have been here so long. But you also have to obviously credit him for what he's done, because he laid the foundations, he's changed the mentality of the club, because before him, this club was treading water for a long time.
Yeah. Is that right, Daniel, that Jürgen Klopp has played a big part in this story? You think he'll have a smile wherever he's watching this today?
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure there'll be a level of, happiness, but also, wow, that could have been me at the same time, for sure. I think it'd be naive to say that that's not true. And I don't think that anyone could have imagined the last couple of seasons, Liverpool they were challenging slightly last year, but it wasn't like a real push. The season before that, the same. So the last couple of seasons, being real, they were never really going to be champions. So the expectation this year would have been, well, okay, top four, like Jamie said before, top four, yeah, cool, that might be it. But for a manager to come to this football club, not make any signings, and win the league, it leaves a lot of question marks. That's just how I see it.
We've seen the players celebrating in front of their fans. You see the joy on their faces when they're doing that, but what about inside? We've managed to get a sneaky peek. As special as it is to do it in front of the Kop, Daniel, when you're doing it here with your brothers, who sweated every second with you, what's that like?
It's family, it's a family feeling. It's something that you can never explain. When you come out of the game and you're a footballer who's not playing anymore, these are the moments you miss. These are the moments, the camaraderie in the dressing room, the vibe with your teammates, the family feeling that you get, and the memories that you share. They'll always be there forever and ever. No matter what you do when you leave the game, these memories will live with you forever and ever.
Well, delighted to say two of them have emerged. Alexis Mac Allister, who scored that wonder goal today. Andy Robertson, who's been there and done it. Alexis, congratulations. Andy, congratulations.
Never again, eh?
I have to ask you the question, Andy, because you have had this moment. You've had this experience before. How does it compare?
Yeah, look, obviously, the last time we won it was a strange time, but I suppose we kind of got that feeling against Man United at home when it was pretty much done at that point. I think we went 16 or 19 points clear, but it's not like quite clinching it. And then obviously the world paused, and it was quite unique the way we did it, and we enjoyed it, of course we did, but you can't beat what we experienced today, how we came into the ground, the fans during the game, the fans after the game, and nothing quite compares to that. So I'm glad we managed to experience that way as well.
Alexis, your experience of the last couple of years doesn't get much better, does it?
Yeah, not bad. To win a World Cup and now a Premier League is something really special. Two achievements that I really enjoy, but it wouldn't be possible without my teammates. They are the most important thing for me, and I'm just one part of the puzzle.
How special are they? Tell us.
Yeah, they are really special. I think this team is really good. I think last year we showed it, but it wasn't enough at the end, and this time we made a big difference. Something really special, and hopefully this week we can enjoy it.
How good did that one feel today, coming off that left foot like a rocket?
It was really good. I don't think I'm gonna score that one again, but I said the same against Fulham when I scored a nice goal, and after I scored a similar one, so it wasn't bad.
I remember, I'll take you back a couple of years. We stood at the Amex, you and I, after a game. I think you scored it. It might have been Manchester City.
I think it was Man United when
Manchester
I scored
United.
the penalty.
That's right, and we were talking, and I could sense that you were coming here. How pleased are you that you made that decision?
Really, really pleased. I think it was the right decision for me. Not just because of my teammates, but the club, the city. I think is something amazing, and I'm really enjoying my time here. It was the right decision, and I always thank Jürgen because he was a really important part, and Julian Ward as well.
Robbo, I'm sure you're buzzing. I can see the elation on your face, right? You know what I mean? What's the difference between this squad and the squad that won the Premier League the last time?
It was better lads back then, Sturge. No, look, it was obviously a different style of play. I think obviously you were there at that time, and it was kind of high energy, high press, whereas this team's a bit more controlled, and but it's two very different teams. But I think from the manager's point of view, the key things are still the same in terms of counter press high up, get the ball forward and try and create and try and get it to the dangerous players. So I think that's always been key, and the consistency's been there for both teams, to be fair to us, and that's why we got over the line at the end of the day this season. It's been our consistency that's got us over the line week in, week out. We've always showed up, maybe a couple of slips but nothing mad, and that's why you get to seal it so far ahead.
Andy, I've been sitting on the statistic all day. You are the third multiple Premier League title winning Scotsman. You know who the other two are?
Darren Fletcher, I'm guessing.
Is one, 10 years ago.
Couldn't tell
you have to go a lot further back to Brian McClare for the other one.
Sorry, Brian.
That is special company, though, isn't it? That's special company.
Yeah, look, it's special, and I think for me, when I came to this club, I know it feels a long time ago now, maybe not as long as him, but I've been here a long time now, and I think when I came here, you quickly realise how good Scottish players have been at this club. We're standing looking at Kenny Stand and how many legends there are from Scotland, and I think there's a little bit of pressure with that, but I just kind of took that on board, and I think also, I don't think Liverpool have ever won a trophy without a Scottish player in it, so I'm glad I managed to continue that. I won't be anywhere near Kenny, but I'm glad that I've won, a few trophies here, and I'm just delighted I can kind of carry that forward.
What a servant. 2 Premier League titles, and you have a little job to do before you leave us, because Alexis was the player of the match. Congratulations. Not the biggest trophy that you're going to receive in the next few weeks, but still.
A really important one. I think today was a really important game for us, so it's good.
Congratulations. Thank you for coming back out to speak to us as well. Enjoy the rest of your celebrations as well. Congratulations. Thank you. Jamie, I want to talk to you about Alexis Mac Allister, because I know you're a big fan, and almost that summed him up today when the game was... There was anxiety around the stadium. It was drifting a bit when Spurs scored. He grabbed it, didn't he?
Yeah, you've got to grab the game by the scruff of the neck. Big moments. That's when you've got to not hide. You've got to accept the ball in tight situations. You've got to go make tackles. You've got to set the tempo. And this crowd were waiting for something, because it wasn't part of the script when obviously that Tottenham took the lead. But I just watched him really carefully, and the way that he just got after people. He made so many tackles, and this place is unique. I always felt, I remember Steven Gerrard when he first came into the team making a challenge. It was a 70-30 against him, and the noise reverberated around the stadium. And this place is different. They want that. They want that physicality about the way their team plays. And he encapsulates that. He is a magnificent footballer. You can see the calmness and how much he's improved. He's obviously played with world-class players at Argentina, and he's now become one of the most important players at Liverpool. And he's a phenomenal player, really good guy. You can see it. And I guess an absolutely brilliant teammate as well.
In terms of brilliant teammates, how would you sum up Andy Robertson? Not just his contribution on the pitch with 2 Premier League titles, but what he does when the cameras aren't there, at the training ground, inside the dressing room.
When he first joined the club, the players were like, okay, he came from Holland. We were thinking, we weren't sure who he was really as a player. Surely he took the position on, took it from Albert Moreno, I think it was at the time, and he's not looked back since. He's been a revelation in terms of what he brings to the team going forward. Obviously, him and Trent have been the 2 guys in those fullback positions over the course of the last 5-6 seasons that have been battling back and forth. I remember them in the changing rooms arguing about who's got the most assists, and wanting to kind of be the best in their position and win that trophy as the. So for me, leadership-wise, I know he's grown into that as well. And I'm sure there was the Hendos and the Milners who were close friends of ours, but he, of course, has took that mantle on now, and he's become a leader in the dressing room as well. So
is this just the start of it for Arne Slot's Liverpool? Is there more to come from this team, do you think?
I think so. I do. I truly believe that there's more that they can achieve. There's more for them. There's more titles. They've got it now. They know they can do it. And when a manager comes in and does it in his first season, it gives you that belief that you can keep replicating it. I'm sure there'll be some recruitment. I'm sure there'll be contracts that they'll try and sew up and make sure that they keep their best players for longer periods of time. And this is just the beginning for the manager and for these players, and I'm really excited for them.
And actually, is this the time to do your strengthening and your recruitment when you are at the top?
Yeah, but I think there's been some people talk a bit disrespectfully about the players that are here. So maybe we talk about Andy Robertson. I'd write him off at my peril. He hasn't perhaps been at a level that he would want, maybe one or two mistakes, but he is still an incredible player. Great energy, defends for his life. It's not easy to do what he does. They've got the best centre-back in world football by a mile in obviously Virgil van Dijk, a goalkeeper that's still at the peak of his powers. You've got Mohamed Salah, whose stats and numbers are through the roof. It just maybe needs next year a bit of tweaking, bringing in a couple of players. You've got Michael Edwards and Richard Hughes that have got phenomenal knowledge on football, and they will make sure they find the next Salah. Can you find the next Virgil van Dijk? You've got two young midfield players in Mac Allister, Soboslai, Gravenberch. There's no problems in there whatsoever. Maybe bring another one in just to give them a little bit of reinforcement. But this doesn't need that much work, this Liverpool side. They are going to be a massive force next year, and they're full of confidence as well. And they've got this incredible force behind them, which is Anfield. Never underestimate what that is. And you see how well they do it. It's unique, this place, and it's made me realise how lucky I was to play here for as long as I did. It's such an emotional place, and you can see that's why Arne Slot has done perfectly here.
And lucky, actually, Daniel, to be standing here in the centre circle when all that was going on today. The noise pre-match as well.
This is beautiful. I mean, brings back memories of me being on this penalty spot, knocking it back and making my little runs here and there. But these moments will live forever with the fans, with the players, with the manager, with the backroom staff and the owners. This is a special day for everybody involved in Liverpool Football Club, and it was an honour and a privilege for me to play for the club, and I look forward to see what's next for them.
Well, Daniel, thank you very much. Thank you, Jamie, as well. Been a pleasure having you as company alongside me here this afternoon. Don't forget, you'll get to see the trophy lift as well on the final day of the season when they get their hands on it here at Anfield.
He has been a superstar. They've signed him for a new couple of year deal, and he leads by example. I think it was the easy decision ever to keep him here, and he wants to win more. That's the great thing, and he's a wonderful leader. We said he leads by example, and he's a great role model to have in the dressing room. So hopefully they'll learn, a lot of the younger players, and they'll grow and they'll become even better, and they'll do this. Now they've got a taste, they'll try and do it again next year. It's going to be hard. They're going to have to regroup in the summer, but they'll try and go again.
And just to put it into perspective, last time they won the title, he played every single minute in the Premier League, and he's done that again up to today as those celebrations continue right behind us here.
Yeah, I mean, he's been an absolute monster for this club. He had a really bad injury, and a lot of people wondered whether he'd come back as good as ever. I mean, he's answered those questions in no uncertain terms. He is absolutely everything you'd want a footballer to be. He's brilliant on the pitch, he can head it, he can pass it, he can score goals, he can read the game, he's quick, and then off the pitch as well, he's an absolute leader. He's done unbelievably well for this club.
Well, here they come right behind us at the Kop end here at Anfield. They just can't stop celebrating, and you can totally understand that. I'm not sure they're ever going to leave this pitch, Macca, tonight, the way they're going.
You might as well make the most of it, won't you? But as I said, not one Liverpool fan has left the building, so as long as they're here and as long as the players are out, you might as well enjoy it as long as you can.
Yeah, they're trying to drink all this in, and why not? Why not in these circumstances on a day like today?
Exactly, why wouldn't you? It's so hard. This is so hard every single day. Training, playing, recovering, training, playing, recovering. And we ask them all the time, don't we, about the end game, about winning it, what's it going to feel like? And nobody ever answers the question, and rightly so. They just look at the next day, the next game.
And this is the release, isn't it?
This is it. This is exactly it. It's like scoring a goal. It's like, you train weeks and weeks and weeks and weeks on, and then all of a sudden you do what you train for, and then all the emotion comes out. This is 9 months in the making, years and years and years in the making, but for this set of players, this is the pinnacle. This is unbelievable.
And Macca, as I say, you've done this at a great club like Real Madrid. You never quite managed it here, but you know what it's like with a special group, your teammates that go through all those emotions Michael's talking about.
Yeah.
and culminate in a moment like this with your own fans?
Of course, you start at every season wanting to win every trophy you're involved with. We know how difficult it is. And a lot of the times you spend more time with your teammates than you do at times with family. If you're in all competitions, you're travelling with your teammates, you're living with your teammates, you're in and out of hotels with your teammates, and then you're performing on the pitch with them. So to go out and give your all and hope and pray that your teammates do exactly the same, this is what drives you forwards. This is your reward at the beginning of the year. Your reward is this: to get the better out of every other team in England in the Premier League, which is by far the most competitive in the world. You want to sit at the top of that league every single May, and it's hard in itself to actually accumulate and get to the pinnacle, the Everest as it is. It's a wonderful thing for them all, and they should embrace it all, because it's a special moment, and some will move on, some will stay for a while, but this will end, and there'll be some of them in 10 years, 20 years will be doing what we're doing. So remember this moment, cherish it. They'll have the families here.
Yeah, quite incredible. I mean, they're all sat down, they're all probably knackered, and you've still got Mo Salah running around getting chased by Darwin Núñez. It's the joy of this moment I can't explain. You go through your career and everybody thinks you have this great time, this whale of a time. It's not. It's a hamster wheel. It's so difficult every day. You get a bit of success and you have to put it to the back of your mind and start again, a new game all the time. And this moment when you can actually relax, look back and think, we've done it, it is the best moment in the world, and these are the moments that you take with you forever and ever and ever.
And he's enjoying that moment. I mean, he's having his second best ever Liverpool season. He's going to get his record equaling 4th Golden Boot alongside Thierry Henry, and he's going to have another 2 years of this as well.
I mean, if ever there's been a signature, the more I can't think of it. And imagine it, you sign it, you hope, you dream that you pick the right team, and you continue to be, that team's going to be at the top. Of course, there's going to be so many challenges, but Mo Salah can have no doubts now. He's made the right decision, committing for another 2 seasons, and who's to say he's not going to win stacks of more silverware.
Well, one by one, they're having their moment behind us in front of the Kop. Here comes the captain, who asked for a sea of red today, and boy did he get that, and more.
Oh yeah, just orchestrating the crowd, isn't he? I mean, again, individually, the Kop beckoning them to them, into their arms. Everybody walking forward to their cause, the individual applause.
I mean, we're talking about generations here. We're just looking to our left. We're right by the Kop here. And look at the man who gave him your debut, who, of course, like Arne Slot, won his title in his first season in charge as well.
Yeah, it must be a fantastic moment for Sir Kenny, mustn't it, of course.
And here's Arne Slot going to address the crowd now.
He you are now stood in the middle of the pitch as a Premier League champions. I don't think I want to say a lot. The only thing I can do now is I send my appreciation to Jürgen. So there we go. There we go.
It was an absolute spectacle, and it was just a cauldron of noise right throughout the entire game today.
Yeah. Yeah, it was. But I think even before the game, it was already clear that we couldn't lose this game. The way we arrived there with the bus, I think everybody who was sitting in the bus felt there's no way we're going to lose this game. And of course, the boys thought, let's make it difficult for us again to go 1-0 down. But they always find a way to win. So send them the appreciation.
How was it possible, this wonderful football team, almost untouchable this year, you did it with games to spare. How proud are you of the players this season?
Incredible, incredibly proud. But not only on the players, I think everybody knows what the effort they've put in this season and for the last few years, but the people who are standing here, FSG, sports directors, everyone, my staff members, we should give them a big round of applause as well.
Just one more, if I may. There's so many inside this ground that will have never seen this before. The fact that COVID robbed us of the opportunity to celebrate it all together. I know the other night it could have happened without playing a game, but how important was it and how emotional was it that everybody was together to celebrate this monumental moment?
This is all what you want as a player, I think as a supporter, as a fan, and as a staff member as well. So let's forget that it's the second in 35 years. It's the second in 5 years.
Boy, he gets this club. What an effect he has had, and how these supporters absolutely adore him. Robbie Fowler's back with us, pitch side as well. How incredible are these scenes? Have we seen anything quite like this before?
Well, I don't think so, but I'm a little bit biased, aren't I? So I'm going to say this is obviously the best occasion to win it. When you do it in front of your own fans, it's brilliant. And look, I know other clubs have done it, but doing that at Liverpool, it's special today. I know Arne Slot just said there about you in 2 years, 2 times in 5 years, brilliant. And a lot of people should be thanking Liverpool, to be fair, because I mean, City have won it, was it 7 out of the last 9 or 7 last 8, I don't even know. I mean, without Liverpool, I mean, there'll be some dominance by City, so Liverpool should be getting a little bit of a pat on the back.
And that was the point Arne Slot was making yesterday, actually, that perhaps it's going to mean more at scenes like this than at the Etihad, where it was year in, year out. It means more.
Yes, and Liverpool have been consistent as well. They've been knocking on the door for a number of years against a great Manchester City side. 99 points, 96 points, 95 points, etc., etc. So actually to do it and keep the consistency levels up, the hard part is being consistent, isn't it? City have managed it for a number of years, particularly under Pep, and you hope that Liverpool can continue this. As I said, it's great to reinvest from a position of strength. Liverpool can do that. They're going to be a hard team to beat next year, and if the sporting directors and the manager are still focused, they'll be stronger next year, and that's great to see, and the fans will be right behind them again.
It's a special club as well, isn't it? I mean, when you hear the different songs that they sing, on the Cobb, the history of the club, it's just a special place to be, and when it's in full voice, there's not many clubs around the world that have got anything on this club. It's quite incredible.
And that's the point I was making, because we don't want to go back too far in history, but there's been certain people who've walked through the door here and not quite got that. This fella did, right from the off. He knew the history, he bought into it from the moment he walked through the front door at Liverpool.
Yeah, and of course he was walking into a real well-oiled machine. I mean, this place is a winning machine in recent years. It's got great players like him in shot, and he just had to continue it in many ways. Nobody expected him to be champions this season. The way they've done it, it's been quite remarkable. They've got the players, they've got the fan, they've got the stadium, they've got everything about the club is just perfect at the moment. And it's time to keep winning.
Salah's at it again.
He's at it again, yeah.
Yeah, Arne Slot, 330 days since he arrived.
I mean, he just signed a new contract. Wouldn't you think he'd be able to buy a better camera than that, wouldn't you?
He's left it with the cameraman now. And that is the shot that they all want. And that is the moment where it really hits home what they've achieved, Rob.
I mean, it is. And we'll all talk and we'll reminisce about the old days, but this is now, isn't it? This is Liverpool now. Macca was just alluding to it, that this team can really be anything they want to. You surmise that there's probably new bodies going to come in the summer, possibly some going to go, but you know what? What a legacy this club and these players are leaving now.
And getting back to Arne Slot, 330 days since he walked through the door, and now he's got this. I mean, it's some story, really.
Yes, it is, because he was very high on the list, Arne Slot. A lot of people who don't really know the club thought that it was Xabi Alonso or nobody then, and that wasn't the case. Of course it wasn't the case. They peer-pointed this man. Richard Hughes went to see him on a number of occasions to try and entice him to the job, They spoke many times. This was all behind the scenes. This was all secretly. This is what Liverpool do. And they brought him in. There was a lot of eyebrows raised because it was like, oh, he's from the Dutch league, etc., etc. But as you said, what a response to any. If he had any critics, if he had any cynics, what a response. 330 days later, with no signings, all respect to Frederick Chiesa, he's gone and done this.
What about this? Trent Alexander-Arnold having his moment in front of the Kop.
You know, and I'm glad as well, to be fair. And you know what I loved about Arne Slot today, and I think that was maybe one of the reasons why he brought him off, because where we were sat, he told Trent to stay on a little bit so that he could maybe get off and get the fans, like the recognition from the fans. So I think it was Gakpo came off first before him, didn't he? And then Trent walked off afterwards. And I'm glad he did, because you know what, he deserves the accolade. Trent has been brilliant for this football club. We don't really know what's going to happen. You know, we're all having our little guesses and we'll have little opinions on whether it's right or wrong. But Trent for this football club has been probably an unbelievable player. And, you know, for me, still probably one of the best players in that position in world football.
Yeah, Andy Robertson's next. You can hear his song from the Kop just behind us. And this is brilliant, isn't it? As you say, to have their individual moment with the supporters on this famous old stadium just behind us.
Yeah, and it's obviously easy to sing the names of the players when everything's going well, but I tell you one thing this club has, I've never heard it boo one of their own. They support their team through thick and thin, and if you put your shift in, you try 100%, people around this area, in this stadium, will always back you. And of course everybody's so excited because they've won it and they can talk about how great they are and sing their name, but when the chips are down as well, they still support their team.
Right, let's get these boys in. Curtis Jones. If we can stop them singing. Come on, Robbo. Another league title. Another league title. How does that
feel? Amazing. Obviously the last one we worked so hard for, but we didn't get to have scenes like this, and it's so important to enjoy it with your friends, your family, and obviously the fans in the stadium. So it's what we've been working towards since we've done it in 2019-20, so I'm glad we finally got over the line.
Curtis, as a local lad, how special is this? The noise before the game, you saw it from the coach, and then this from the Kop and the whole stadium.
I don't think I even need to speak about it. You can hear it now. Just take that all in, and that's telling you everything. You know what I mean? But us as a group, you know, this is what helps us all the time to get us through games. So yeah, it's for the fans, us, our family as well, of course. But yeah, as you can hear here,
you can hardly hear yourself think, to be fair, with this Kop. Nobody's left the stadium. As I say, you saw it on the bus coming in, but does this even surpass your expectations, what we've witnessed?
Look, obviously coming in on the bus was unbelievable, but you know, the experienced lads probably had to remind everyone that everyone was here to party apart from us. Do you know what I mean? We were here to work and we had to do our job, so these didn't go home disappointed. So we had a bit of a scare at the start, but it was a fantastic performance, and we've been like that all season, and just delighted to get over the line now.
And we've just been talking about the release. You do work so hard, you have such high standards. Whistle went, and you could let all that out. What was that like?
I can't even speak about that. I mean, I don't even have I'm speechless. It's everything, and plus, you know, I'm a Scouse lad as well. I've come all the way through. I was fortunate enough to being part of the first one. I didn't play a load of games, but now obviously I feel like I'm a big part of this. You know, I've played more. You know, I've played more games. I've scored goals. I've assisted. You know, I've helped the team. So yeah, I'm just taking it all in and then see what's next.
I mean, this noise is incredible. To do it with these supporters and to do it with 4 games to spare as well. There's only 6 teams in Premier League history who've done that before. What kind of standards have you set this season?
Yeah, I think we've set really high standards. People say the league isn't as good as it was. It's nonsense. The teams below us are so much better. You know what I mean? The mid-table teams, look how tight it is for top 4. And I think the season has been so successful for us. We've tried so hard. We've been so consistent, and I think that's why we're so far ahead. And like you said, we've won it with so many games to spare, and it's so pleasing. And then, you know, I'll focus now on Crystal Palace when we can get our hands on the trophy.
Andy, just a quick word as well on the manager. I mean, it's some achievement to come in and win it in your first season.
That's what he said on the first day with us. He says, we finished third last year, I want to finish first. And I think we all got on board with that. We all jumped on board, and from there we've just tried to get better and better and better. He still doesn't think we're perfect, of course he doesn't, but we'll try and build again next season and try and compete for it again.
Robert, you had 2020, an unofficial party was very good. How good and how special is this one going to be?
Forgetting you were in the unofficial part. Yeah, look, this one's going to be hopefully going on for 4 weeks, to be honest with you. You know, obviously everyone will party tonight. The whole city, everyone will. And then obviously then it's full focus on Crystal Palace. You know what I mean? I know we'll get games in between, but when you get the hand on the trophy and you can lift it in front of these fans, it'll be another special day, and we'll just count down to that now.
Brilliant. Well, great to see you, lads. Congratulations. Thanks for joining us. Well done. That is some achievement. And that was some noise. Curtis Jones and Andy Robertson giving you reaction there on Liverpool being crowned. Arne Slot delivering it for the first time. We've seen, of course, his words on the pitch. We just brought you Andy Robertson and Curtis Jones. And Andy Robertson there, Jen, saying when Arne Slot walked in, first group meeting, this is our target, we're going to win the league. He believed.
He believed. I mean, I suppose you have to have the big targets. You come into a top team, a team that have been winning in recent, years. Great players around that dressing room, and interesting that Andy Robertson said as soon as he said it, we were all on board. I mean, so yeah, he set his stall out early on. He didn't change too much, tweaks here and there, and it's been quite incredible. I said before the game, I think one of his biggest strengths is he didn't try to change too much. This was already a very good team. The club is absolutely set up for trophies at the moment. And that was a really good move, I thought. Just tweak it here and there, and he'll continue to do that. That's how you evolve. But right from the start, I think his eyes was on the prize, and it's great when a plan comes off.
And you could tell straight away the players bought into that, Robbie, right from pre-season.
Well, yeah, I think that comes from, obviously, Jürgen as well. So Jürgen, when he came, he wanted to change everyone's mentality from doubters to believers. So he done that. And all of a sudden, the mentality around the playing squad's got much better, it's changed. And then obviously Arne Slot comes in, and the belief he's given the players straight away, the fact is that, I don't want to be happy finish first, second, third or second, we want to go for first. And he done that, and that in itself is great, what a manager should be like with his players, getting them to be the very best he can be. And it's obviously the proof of what we've seen this season.
And you heard a touch of that then, because I asked you the question before the game, if you were on that bus, seeing those scenes, what would it do to you? And Arne Slot just said then on the pitch, there's no way we are losing this game for those supporters.
And you felt that anyway before the game, regardless of anything. Even when they went one down, Tottenham were the right type of team for Liverpool to play today. You knew they were just going to get back and overpower them. I said that at half-time, and it never changed at all in the second half. But yeah, it was in the air today. You knew that nothing was going to stop them. And it's a special day anyway, because Curtis Jones was speechless, and he has never been speechless in all his 21 years. I've known him and his girlfriend and his family at the moment. I know them very well, so I'm thrilled to bits for him, but to see him like this now, because he said when they won the title during COVID, he was on the periphery. He didn't really feel as if he was fully involved, integrated into the first team. Well, he is now, and he'll celebrate it like he should do tonight.
Yeah, and where we were sitting, 85, 86 minutes, 5-1 up, and you saw Arne Slot telling players to get back in. He didn't want to... They're the relentless standards that these guys set, aren't they?
And it's brilliant, isn't it? That is why you probably love his mentality. All year we watch him on the touchline, and his mannerisms, his temperament is what a manager should be. He's got control of his own emotions, and then he has control of what the players should and shouldn't be doing. I think he's a fantastic manager.
Another thing that we were quite interested in seeing, Steve, as soon as 90 minutes ticked and the fourth official put the minutes up, he stood there and he looked all the way around. His concentration broke for the first time ever. He waved, he blew kisses to his family, he looked at the banners in the Kop. He was taking it all in. He got all the staff up to stand alongside him. It was that 90 minutes when full concentration, and as soon as he knew only a few to go, then he took it all in. It was quite nice to see.
Yeah, and let's just remind ourselves what all Liverpool fans want to see, because they've been waiting for 14 years to say this. There was one banner actually on the Kop to our left that said, "We are back on our perch," which was in reference to Sir Alex Ferguson's comment all those years ago. 20 titles, Robbie, level in the history now with the arch rivals Manchester United.
It's got to go above that. I mean, are we going alphabetical order now as well? Hey, I mean, it's got to be.
So, Robert,
yeah, alphabetical order.
Right. Yeah. I think we should change that.
Because that looked a lot different a lot of years ago.
Yeah, I mean, you just mentioned it about getting knocked off the perch. Well and truly back on the perch now, aren't they? They're well and truly back on it, aren't they?
Yeah, I mean, that's a screenshot for all Liverpool
Absolutely.
fans around the world.
I mean, the current players, of course it's important to them, but they can't do anything about what's happened the last 39 times. They can only affect what's happening now. However, for the fans, the people that have supported this team for years and years and years, and the club itself, that graphic is very, very important to go back equal. The joint most, the best teams basically in England. And of course the European record and everything else like that. That's a lot of bragging rights, and it just makes Liverpool fans feel like they're back on top.
Yeah, and of course, to win the title today now, if you're we're talking about new players and strengthening as well, Arne Slot, he doesn't have to say too much, does he, if he come into the Premier League champions?
No, he doesn't. Look, this is the part. I mean, Liverpool in itself is a pull for a lot. Coming here, playing in front of these fans, we all assume there'll be changes. And we're talking about the owners, where they're going to spend a little bit of money, because last year they didn't spend any. They brought Keys in, 12, 13 million. This year, you're assuming some players will be going as well. So whatever money that is going to sort of bring in terms of the players gone, you hope that money goes into a pot, and there's money more as well because Manchester United have done it for years. When Manchester United were winning leagues, you were bringing one or two players, and only one or two players that made them sort of.
They were high-level players,
and they were players who were brilliant at that particular time in whatever particular league they were in, and that's what Liverpool should be doing now.
Yeah, you won't need to touch 16, 17 of the best players. It's on the periphery, isn't it? They're the ones that you can move away and can bring in real high quality then to affect the starting 11. Quaveen Kelleher, whether he stays or not, I think Liverpool probably will give him the option if he wants to leave, because he deserves it. He deserves to go and play first team football every single week and get at a high level club, because he's been an outstanding servant for England, and he will warrant a lot of money. So there's transfers like that Liverpool can make, which won't affect the nucleus of the team, won't affect the strength of the squad. But with the money that they saved last year, with the new merchandise deals, with the new stadium, with the new Champions League money where they went deep in the competition, they have got a lot of money to invest, Liverpool, this year. So expect a busy summer, but come July, when pre-season starts, in August when the season starts, expect them to be stronger, expect them to be better next year than they are this year, which is a very exciting prospect to have on your hands.
Now then, we were very privileged to be in the dressing room earlier on, saying this would be the scene of the party, and there it is, exactly where we were. And that is why there aren't any players joining us at the moment, quite rightly so, because that is the scene live inside the Anfield dressing room, and that's what you work hard for. That's when you come back on the first day of pre-season dreaming of.
Yeah, that's the conversation obviously Arne Slot's had with his boys, and look, this is what you should be doing, this is what it's all about. And now they're doing it. They've won the league in front of their own fans, which was brilliant. I mean, it would have been brilliant doing the league as early as possibly can, but you said only 6 teams have won the...
Yes.
I mean, that in itself is brilliant, but for them to do it here at Anfield it's incredible, it really is.
What about those scenes outside and in the centre of Liverpool today?
Sorry, mate.
I don't think any of us are going to get home tonight for the traffic and for the people. I mean, it's just as it doesn't, as I say, these are rare occasions, and Liverpool fans, players are all going to be celebrating alike. The party's going to go well on. And Andy Robertson said maybe for even 4 weeks. I mean, they've got so much time to celebrate now, and they deserve every bit of it.
That's a perfect script, isn't it?
Yeah, it's lovely. I mean, what was really nice about the celebrations in the dressing room then, apart from the players, of course, which is lovely, they deserve it, it's seeing some of the kit men, the medical staff, some of the physios who've been here a long, long time, and we know them personally, so it's really nice seeing them all included, all doing a job. They play a small part in it, but they help the team. That's what they're all here for. So when the team win, they all win, and they all share in the happiness. Hopefully they all share in the bonuses that'll be given out, and I'm really thrilled to bits for them as well.
Yeah, and listen, any team that wins the league have got to be together, but you can see there's a real special bond, not just with the players, but everyone, like I was saying, within that dressing room is a training ground day in, day out.
Yeah, and I think that's down to the manager as well. I think he's got them all believing in what they do, what he does, and also the fact is that he's managed minutes for. I know we talked about Liverpool's strongest team and that maybe the majority will play, but he's got the others on board, the ones who aren't playing minutes as well, and that in itself, for a manager to do that, and for a player, I mean, when I wasn't playing, I was the worst in the world, and I'm not ashamed to admit that. I wanted to be involved all the time, but when players nowadays are sort of not involved, they feel part of it still, whereas I don't know if I used to, if I'm being honest, but now the players all feel part of it, and that's that togetherness that the manager does bring.
No, it's a really good point. It's like Scholes, he says to me, I didn't win 13, I only won 12, I didn't win 11, I only won 10, because in the final season I only played 24 games.
Yeah, but it's different now, isn't it? You know, you need 17, 18, 19, 20.
But I mean, that was the standard, that's what I'm saying.
You didn't feel
and
involved.
Because he only played 24.
I bet you if you took them all away and he said, I didn't win none, I never won one, I didn't win any. He'd change the tune then, wouldn't he?
I think it's the first thing in any organisation, any business, any football club, is to get everybody together, not just the people on the front line, but everybody, the backroom staff, everybody together. And, you know, it's the same in any industry, any business, and Liverpool have certainly got that throughout their club, which is so important.
Yeah. But you know, I just add to there was obviously Macca was saying there about all the togetherness from all the medical staff, all the sports science. We see it on the pitch at the end as well, where all the ball boys were all bouncing around with the players as well, and all the ball boys, I don't know if anyone knows, but all the ball boys are genuinely academy lads, aren't they? So they're all part of something special and something bigger.
And that's all part of the plan, right at the bottom of it. It's all part of the plan, isn't it?
The academy, the separate academy from the first team, it's quite seamless now they're all together in Kirby. Everybody wants to be on the next pitch, whether it's the 16s to the 18s, 18s to the 21s, and then from the 21s to the big boys, and this is the big boys football that we've seen today. So everybody feels a part of trying to get to the next level and drive the next level forward, drive the quality forward. That's why Liverpool have been so successful at the academy level as well as our first team level. The players they've used, a lot of them have been through the academy. They've sold players on. It's all part of the bigger business, and they're doing a wonderful job, so they can all deserve a pat on the back, no matter where you are in this chain at Liverpool Football Club.
And I know we've just spoken to him and you know him well, but Curtis Jones, listen, it's a big league title for everyone for different reasons. But for a local player who's been at the club since the age of, 8 years of age, to do that in front of the Kop, that is everyone's dream around the world watching this to do.
Yes, it's getting from the 16s when you leave school and you suddenly get a job at Liverpool, to signing your first professional contract and then trying to excel at under 18 level and under 21 level, and he did excel. He was the standout player, like Trent Alexander-Arnold was a couple of years before him. They were the standout players. He was the standard bearer who scored goals, who assists, and he's forced his way into the first team squad. He's had to be patient because it's hard. Liverpool buy the best players in those best positions all over the world. You need to be patient, you need to work hard, and you need to be resilient, and Curtis is all of them. And every time he got an opportunity, he excelled, and it's brilliant to see. It's brilliant to see, and you're right, it is very, very special for him and Trent Alexander-Arnold, because from the age of 6 and 8, they've been involved in this pathway.
You can relate to that, you boys?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, these guys, trod the path for me to look at these, and it's so aspirational when you see a Robbie Fowler, Steve McManaman, and I'm sat just up here every single week watching them. And then, of course, then it's your turn, and then people, of course, follow in your footsteps as well. And that really should be the heartbeat, the bedrock of all, of Liverpool Football Club. Always there's an aspiration there from the academy lads to be able to look on that pitch and see somebody that trod the same path as they could be treading next time.
You need that, don't you, in the group? Amongst all the foreign superstars, you need that ingredient.
Well, I think the fans demand it, really, don't they? I think over the years, when you think of all the great Liverpool players, from all over the globe, we've always had local players who've come through. I mean, we've all come through the ranks, and I think we always have a good affiliation, a good appreciation of what they're doing, because I think the fans, I mean, Mac was alluding to them, the fans see a bit of themselves in us, so we go out there, and obviously we're playing for the shirt, but we're also playing for the fans as well.
And it was always different for the local players. Look at the pressure that's been put on Trent when he was in the same predicament as Virgil and Mo were, even though Virgil and Mo were bought for huge sums of money into Liverpool, and it is different, and it rubs different with the fans.
Ryan Gravenberch, congratulations.
There's the champion.
Premier League title winner.
Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
Well, listen, you won it in Holland, you won it in Germany. How does this compare today with Liverpool?
The best.
It's different.
They would say that.
You see also with the fans, it's amazing. I can't wait for the last day to celebrate it properly.
What was that like? What was that like in front of the Kop when that noise for you today?
It was really amazing. But also from the start of the game, we felt, they are here, you know, and we wanted to do also for them, and we did it, so.
Ryan, I remember the first game of the season, interviewing you before Ipswich game. Nobody was sure who was going to play in this Liverpool number 6. You were the man, and then you've continued all the way through the season. You said this season you were going to show the Liverpool fans what you were made of, and you've been one of the very best players. How's it been? How's it been to be that number 6 all season?
Yeah, it's nice. It's really nice. I got a lot of trust from the coach. He put me in this role, and I wanted to show again because I didn't play a lot last season, so I want to show myself again. And we are champions, so I'm happy with that.
You've certainly done that.
I
well
wanted
done.
to ask you, Ryan, coming to the stadium, what was it like with the fans outside and the flares? You know, did you almost feel this? We're definitely going to win. We can't lose today. What were you feeling inside?
It was just goosebumps. Just goosebumps. When we arrived, when we went through the Anfield Road, it was amazing with the flares and everything. There were so many people, and I'm really happy for them as well.
Oh yeah, well you've made people all around the world, but particularly in this city, incredibly happy. They'll be partying for days, so don't you worry about that.
Ryan, is this you know when you woke up this morning? Obviously, you need 1 point.
Come in, Alexis. Well done.
Is this how you've seen it today? Winning the league.
Okay. Sorry to interrupt. Sorry.
Winning the league was such a good performance.
Sorry.
You've seen obviously waking up this morning. Yeah. Obviously, you had aspirations of winning the league in front of your own fans. Was this as good as what it could have been today?
Yes. If you saw them, it was really amazing today. I'm really happy that they are here. So
brilliant.
I can't wait for the next days.
Right, Alexis, was that just a perfect script after seeing those fans driving in? A 5-star show and a wonder goal from yourself as well?
Yeah, not a bad day. Yeah, really happy. I think today was a really special day for us. I was having breakfast with my girlfriend and she asked me, do you realize what is going to happen today? And I said no, to be honest. But once we arrived to the stadium, we saw the fans, and it was something incredible. So really happy with this achievement, and hopefully the start of something great.
Alexis, I seen you after the match, and you obviously sat on your own for a little bit, head in your hands, crying. Is that what it means?
Yeah, exactly. That's what it means. It wasn't just today. It's a hard work of a year or maybe 2 since I arrived here. So this was our goal, and finally we can get it. So it's really special. I got really emotional, and I'm sensitive as well. Today maybe a little bit more. So that's what it means to us.
Brilliant.
And in terms of your career, you've won the biggest trophies the world has ever seen. In terms of the English Premier League, something always been a dream of yours to win it?
Yeah.
It was a day to remember at Anfield. With Arsenal's recent slip-ups, Liverpool only needed a point from their final 5 games to secure the title, but manager Arne Slot urged the team to finish the job in front of their home crowd. And they did just that, albeit with a stunning performance. Tottenham started the match with a surprise lead. In the 12th minute, James Maddison's corner found Dominic Solanke, who headed past Liverpool keeper Alisson to give Spurs an unexpected 1-0 advantage. However, Liverpool responded immediately, and it took just 4 minutes for them to level the score. Luis Diaz was in the right place at the right time to slot home a cross from Dominic Szoboszlai. Though Szoboszlai was initially flagged offside in the build-up, a VAR review confirmed that the goal stood. And just minutes later, Liverpool took the lead thanks to Alexis Mac Allister, whose powerful strike from outside the box found the back of the net, giving Liverpool a 2-1 advantage. The celebrations were far from over. In the 34th minute, Liverpool made it 3-1 when Cody Gakpo finished off a set-piece after Spurs failed to clear the ball. By half-time, Liverpool were in complete control, and it was clear that the title was within their grasp. The second half was more of the same as Liverpool played with freedom and confidence. Mohamed Salah added a 4th goal in the 63rd minute, finishing off a brilliant counter-attack. Just 6 minutes later, Spurs' Destiny Udogie put the ball into his own net, making it 5-1 to Liverpool. The full-time whistle sparked wild celebrations at Anfield. Liverpool stretched their lead at the top of the Premier League to an unassailable 15 points. This was their second ever Premier League title and their first since 2019-20, when they clinched the crown behind closed doors. The fans got the celebration they had long awaited. For Tottenham, it was another disappointing result. Despite Solanke's early header giving Spurs a brief moment of hope, they were no match for Liverpool's attacking power. The loss left Spurs in 16th place, and with tough fixtures ahead, they face the reality of another challenging season. Liverpool, meanwhile, now look ahead to their final matches against Chelsea, Arsenal, Brighton and Hove Albion, and Crystal Palace, with the chance to finish the season in style. This victory also marked a milestone as Liverpool equalled Manchester United's record of 20 top-flight titles, with fans now hoping for a guard of honour in their remaining games. It's been a day to remember for Liverpool, a celebration of dominance, and the perfect way to seal a memorable Premier League title triumph. That's it for today's match breakdown. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe for more football analysis and updates. We'll see you next time on Sport Lab.